everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we're going to be doing the commentary / analysis for episode 20 of Miraculous Ladybug season 5, Revelation! Before I go any further, I'm of course, as always, about to spoil the whole episode for you. If you haven't seen it, I will try my best, but I make no promises to find some links below where you can watch the episode, but they've been really cracking down on the full episodes with copyright because of all the leaks on YouTube, so they are getting increasingly more difficult to find, but I will try my best, but I make no promises. And speaking of the leaks, second thing, I haven't read the show Bible or pretty much seen any of the leaks because my YouTube recommended is filled with videos on The Legend of Zelda, not Miraculous Ladybug. So I haven't seen them. I very much like to keep it that way, and a lot of people watch me because they also want to have a leak-free experience, or as close to a leak-free experience as they possibly can. So I would really appreciate it, because in this video I'm going to be doing some speculation. If you know what happens next, I would really appreciate it if you can find a gram of respect for other people and not spoil the whole show. We don't want to know, so please don't. Okay, if you want to spoil the show for yourself, you're well within your right to. But please don't take away that choice from other people. Thank you very much. And third thing before we get started, if I seem tired in this video, 'tis because I am tired, because I was up till 1 AM recording a podcast with the Miraculous besties. It was 100% worth it, and I'm glad I did it, but I had like 5 hours sleep. So yeah, but it's okay, we can do this. And also, the day I'm uploading this, January 1st. Happy New Year, besties! Don't worry, it's gonna be a great year. We're gonna be together, it's gonna be great. We got through last year, we can get through this year, we can do it together. Right, now, on to what actually happened in the episode. So, quick thoughts before we get into it. 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoy Pretension, which if you haven't seen my commentary yet, I gave it a solid 10 out of 10, so maybe it's because I've watched them back to back that I couldn't help but compare them, you know what I mean? And they felt like Revelation fell a little short, obviously not by loads, it's a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10, it's not like, it's a 5 out of 10, but because I watched them back to back, I can't help but compare them with each other, you know? But I still thought it was a pretty solid episode. I love a good class episode where the class are all involved. We haven't had as many this season, like we had, I don't know, like Illusion, and I guess it was arguably a class episode in Perfection. It had other moments of the class as well, like in Protection, but this was like what I would describe as like a true class episode, something that we'd usually get in like season 1 with Horrificator or Guilt Trip in season 4. Those are some of my favourite episodes. I love the episodes where we get the whole class together, so absolutely loved it. It had really good pacing to it. I love the Adrianette relationship development, and it was a great Akuma fight, even though I don't particularly enjoy the Akuma fights in the episode. That's usually my least favourite thing, just due to personal preference and because I don't like superheroes. I'm here for the romance, okay, not for the superheroes, alright? It's a nice addition, but I really don't care. But I actually really enjoyed this Akuma fight. So, let's get into it. And first of all, before we talk about like what actually happened, the meat of it, I just want to say I am really happy about the disability representation in this. So I said briefly, I think in my video yesterday, that no, I am not deaf, but I am disabled, I am autistic, and whilst I don't know how to use sign language or communicate with anyone who does use sign language, I do have a lot of communication difficulties as an autistic person. So just in general, I loved that they showed this different kind of communication and they showed someone who was disabled. So no, while I'm not deaf, I am autistic and I do need a lot of help. I know it seems like I don't, but I do. Like in other videos where I do like a craft or some baking or something to do with Miraculous, my mum or one of my brothers is always around. You can't see them in the video because you don't want to be on camera, but they are in the background watching me, making sure I'm not about to hurt myself. Because in terms of clumsiness, I am basically the real life version of Marinette Dupencheng. So in terms of disability representation, I loved it. Of course, would I also like for there to be an autistic character in the show? Yes, however, I think there already are some autistic characters in the show, which I'm gonna make a video about soon. So anyway, now we got that out of the way. Is Lila lying to all of these women that she is their daughter? Like, now don't get me wrong, I understand same-sex relationships. You can have more than one mum. However, when Lila is with this woman, who I don't know the name of, calls her mum, but then her mum that we've seen before, presumably like the one from... Was she in Volpina? I don't think Heroes Day, possibly, yeah, that mum. I think that's what I was thinking of. I think that was the person she was calling. Then she said to this other mum, like, oh, that was my agent. If you also remember in Risk at the train station, there's the other lady there, who is neither of this lady in this episode or the lady from Heroes Day. So who is that woman? So whilst obviously it's possible to have more than one mum, I don't think it's the case of a same-sex relationship with Lila. I think she totally could just be lying to all of these women. Now, part of me does think that the woman from Heroes Day is Lila's actual mum, but also part of me thinks that Lila could actually be an orphan, and none of these people could be her mum. Let me explain, because so one of the main things Lila lies about is power. That's what she wants. She wants power of some kind. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm best friends with Ladybug, because she wants the power of being a superhero, of being popular. I'm dating Adrian because, again, she associates Adrian with power and fame and money. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of what she lies about is, at its like core value, is about power. So it seems that maybe this could have been stemmed from where Lila, if she was an orphan, or without a parent or both parents or some kind of family situation, she would have lacked a lot of power as a child and felt maybe the need to lie, basically like to fill the void of having parents not love her. And because she wants those parents, she's basically lied and manipulated these women and got them to believe somehow she is their daughter, which I'm not really sure how you could pull off, because surely she would have to have found women who had once been pregnant. Like, if someone came to me and was like, hey, I'm your daughter, I'd be like, okay, well, I've never been pregnant before, so not possible, you know what I mean? So I guess it would be easier to manipulate a man into be like, oh hey, you're my dad, since like the person he slept with could have not told them they got pregnant or whatever. That would have been much easier. So the fact that she's gone for women just says something more about like mother figures. Plus as well, later on with Sabine in the art class, she's like, you're like a mother to me. So there's definitely a theme going on, and again with like wanting to be the class rep in this episode, there's also a theme with power going on. So I definitely think there's more going on. I hope we'll find out more. It's very interesting, but part of me is wondering if any of those people are Lila's mum. I think if any of them are, it's the first one from Heroes Day, but it's still very interesting. Still interesting. Like, when did Lila meet this lady from this episode? And she's gone to so much effort to become this woman's daughter that she's even learnt sign language. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm very intrigued by this. Absolutely love it. But then it's like Lila's in the art class, power move, alliance update, Kagami and Adrian now the faces of the Avatar. Oh, that was great. And I know kind of what like they were saying in the episodes, like, oh, they're gonna get jealous because these avatars, like Lila and Adrian were like separate avatars, whereas Kagami and Adrian are more like a couple avatar. I don't know. It's gonna make Marinette get jealous or whatever. But I feel like Marinette is just so secure in her relationship, which is absolutely amazing. Like, she knows Adrian loves her, and whilst she is aware he's been in this past relationship with Kagami, she knows Adrian doesn't feel that way about her anymore. And even though Kagami does feel something for Adrian, which, yeah, Marinette knows after protection, like, she knows Kagami wouldn't do that. I also believe Kagami wouldn't do that. So, whilst that may be like the initial goal, and I think maybe sometimes it could get Marinette a bit like sad that people are like, oh yeah, Adrian and Kagami, they're so cute together, I don't think it's gonna break them up. But yeah, nice idea, I guess. So then we move to the scene with the class, and this is kind of part of the reason why it's a 9 out of 10. There's a couple of reasons why, only small reasons, but it's basically just how stupid they all are, basically, to believe Lila. But anyway, before we get into that, we need to talk about the stuff with Chloe. And I have to be with Marinette on this one, not Miss Bustier. Miss Bustier, I love you, but I think you're completely wrong. Marinette is 100% right in this episode. So I agree with Miss Bustier letting Sabrina have the mark she deserves for the work she's done. Fine, fair enough. But then for Chloe's punishment just to have to be to catch up on all the work with the 2 weeks left of term before the exams? No. I'm sorry, like, so it seems that, so Chloe says, like, we've been doing this since Sabrina learned to write. And, like, in the UK you learn to write at the age of 4. I would assume it's similar in France. No, when did you fall over? Don't betray me. It's the last day of the year. God, he's so annoying. Anyway. But I mean, I'm not sure when exactly Sabrina and Chloe met, how long Sabrina's been doing this for, but Miss Bustier is aware of that. And she's like, well, you're just gonna have to catch up then, I guess. That's it? No, I was with Marinette 100%. Like Marinette says, like, if there are people who have extra needs that need help, we should give it to them. Which totally relate to. I'm autistic, I often need extra help at uni and stuff, and because I didn't get diagnosed till I was so late, I didn't get any of that extra help when I was in primary school or high school or college or whatever. So completely agree with her, but she's like, Chloe is the problem, and it just shows the amount of privilege she gets at school because she's been manipulating Sabrina and basically cheating this whole time. That's what it is, she's been cheating, which at least for exams, I don't know what the situation between Chloe and Sabrina has been like for exams, is usually something that either makes you fail the exams outright, and if it's serious enough, which seems like it is because it's been going on for years, you'd get chucked out of school in this country. Obviously I don't know what it's like in France. But then for Miss Besties, her only punishment is to have to catch up. No, I'm sorry, Marinette was completely right. Chloe is the problem here. I love Chloe, but like, no, she was the problem here. And like Marinette says, like, all she gets is privilege because this is all the teachers are willing to do to punish her, that she's just gonna have to study really hard for 2 weeks. Whilst yes, I would agree that is kind of a punishment, Chloe doesn't have to do that. If she wants to fail her exams, she can. She doesn't even need to turn up to the exams. She can fail it if she likes. There needs to be some other sort of punishment. Completely agreed with Marinette there. But then Lila, I swear to God, I think I said this in the reaction. I filmed reaction for both of these, by the way. Every time she's opened her mouth this season, I've just wanted to slap her or something. I don't usually condone violence, but she's doing me treating all season, which I guess is good. That's the aim of a character, and I wouldn't slap someone in real life if they were like Lila, but I definitely feel the urge. I wouldn't do it, but I'd be like, you are testing me today. So she's like, oh, I didn't get to participate in the school rep thing. I was like, well, yeah, you weren't even part of the school. Your first day was in Vulpina, several months after the school year started. They did the school elections in, what was it? Dark Knight? The Dark Knight, I feel like I've made that up. Darkblade, that's what it was. Darkblade. You weren't part of the school, so no, you didn't get to participate in them. So whilst I understand Miss Beauty is like, oh yeah, we're gonna be for democracy and stuff, an opportunity, she wasn't part of the school. So why would she have got to participate? If it was a different kind of situation where Lila had been in the show then and she was just ill that day or on a humanitarian mission crisis thing, fair enough. But she wasn't even a member of the school. She wasn't a member of the student body. She shouldn't have been allowed. I swear to God. I guess it just shows how good she is at manipulating people, but I was sat there like, no, you don't get the opportunity because you weren't a student then, you idiot. Also as well, Miss Boosty is like, we've only got 2 weeks left. Why would you want, and I think I said this already in my pretension commentary, but I think that's playing into the last day thing. One of the last day meanings is the last day of school, so honestly every single time I like see the last day written down on like an episode list, it makes my stomach lurch. Like, I know Miraculous is carrying on, but the end of this arc, and a lot of things are going to change, I'm autistic, I don't like change, it just makes me feel sad and anxious. I know it'll be fine, I hope it'll be fine, I don't know it'll be fine actually, but whew, yeah, anyway. Now we talk about the cafeteria scene, and oh my god, Alia. I love Alia, I think she's wonderful, I think she is flawless, I think she is fabulous. But in this scene, see, they're just as frustrated with Alia as I am. In this scene though, oh my god, I understand Alia was with Nino, so she couldn't say right out there, right then, like, oh, I know Lila lied about the Ladybug stuff, but when they went over to put their trays in the thing, I don't know what they're called when you finish with your tray, it was private enough to talk about that sort of stuff, and they did talk about that stuff, and Alia didn't go on to say, it's like, well, Lila could be telling the truth about, you know, being like best friends with Prince Ali and going on like these humanitarian missions, but surely to God, Alia knows for a fact now that Lila this whole time has been lying about like being besties with Ladybug. You know, because now you know Marinette is Ladybug. It just doesn't make sense. It's really annoying me. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting since the end of Gang of Secrets for Alia to step up and apologise for at least that. I can understand Alia believing the rest because no, Marinette hasn't disproved the rest. Understandable. But she has disproved the lies that Lila told about Ladybug. And Alia has said nothing. I love Alia so much. Did you move again? No, sorry, it's just my imagination. I love Alia so much, but I got me angry. Like this whole, this episode as well, I was also angry. I was basically shouting at my laptop. I was like, no, you're all stupid. Like, and whilst I thought, like, so Adrian stood up for Marinette, he's like, no, Marinette is right. And then whilst I thought it was cute when Nina was like, oh, he's standing up for her because they're together, it's like, no, though. No. Yeah, it was frustrating to watch, basically. I guess that was probably the intention of the scene, but still frustrating. Not so much where Nino is concerned, but certainly where Alia is confirmed. Like, Adrian doesn't even know all of the things Alia does, and he still believes Marinette, and believed her before they even got together. He believed her from, like, Volpina, and they talked about it at the end of Chameleon, obviously. Like, he's always believed her. So there is just no excuse at this point, other than that everyone is stupid. And it has been something to do with the show's writing where Lila is concerned that has always bothered me. A couple of lies here and there I can get by, but some of Lila's lies are just so ridiculous, and she's not even that good at lying. Okay, if you want to be a good liar, you got to be consistent, and consistent is something Lila is not. So yeah, sorry, it does get me annoyed. That's one of the reasons why this episode is a 9 out of 10 and not a full 10 out of 10, because otherwise I thought it was pretty good. And also in that cafeteria scene, we have Chloe, Lila and Sabrina sat on a table, and once again, Sabrina doesn't say anything. You gonna stay? Sabrina doesn't say anything, but she has that look on her face, and I'm like, Sabrina, every single time we see you this season, you'll be getting closer and closer to seeing Chloe and Lila's true colours. Please do something. Like, Sabrina basically holds the key, in my opinion, to completely clearing Marinette's name of Lila's lies. Like, it's up to Sabrina, basically. And I'm so excited to see her step up, and she better do it. She better do it! And I'm gonna be coming for you, alright? Your Miss Hound outfit wasn't great, so redeem yourself. Redeem yourself and help them. Please, Sabrina, oh my gosh. So then we go back into the class, and they both gave great speeches, but again, the class, they're so stupid, which is why it's 9 out of 10. Lila's speech was, whilst it was a good speech, it was passive aggressive and all aimed at Marinette, and it was horrible, and the whole class sat there and heard it. Then Marinette gave a much better, kind of well-rounded speech in my opinion, which I think she was meant to. But then Lila was like, oh, you called me an idiot. It's like, no, she didn't. Then Alia was like, oh, you called her an idiot. You sat there and listened to the same speech. Alia, you are not stupid. I know you're not stupid. It's just frustrating, to be honest. So, like, I can understand some of the other characters buying into it. For example, Nino, he hasn't exactly been characterised as the smartest character. Like, I don't think he's stupid, but he's not been like, oh yeah, Nino, most intelligent person in the class. But characters like Alia and Max, we have been told they're intelligent, yet they're still buying these lies. If you wanted them to buy all these lies, then realistically, the only clever people you should have made in the class should have been Adrian, Marinette and Lila, and make everyone else stupid. But you can't be two things at once. You can't have Alia, who is super clever and collected and knows exactly what to do in the heat of the moment, but then also have her believe the most stupid lies when you just sat there and, like, you were stood there next to your best friend and you know she didn't call Lila an idiot. I understand it's possibly part of the point, but it's also really frustrating and does kind of seem like a plot hole as a viewer, to be honest. Because, like, Lila's lies just aren't believable. And, like, you all just saw the proof that they weren't believable because she didn't call Lila an idiot. You all just sat there and heard her not do that. So, yeah. Anyway. So, the Akuma. Loved the Akuma, the outfit and the power. Oh, that outfit. I'd wear that if it was more of a cool toned red. I asked my moderators what I should wear since they've seen some of the leaks, and they were like, maybe red. And I was like, well, the only other red outfit I've got, I'm saving for the finale, for Ladybug, of course. And I don't have anything warm tone red because I'm a cool tone person, as you can see by the state of my face. Because of how darn pale I am. But yeah, the outfit. Amazing. I love the power using the alliance rings. I was wondering how it was going to work exactly because the Akuma went into the ring, so I was very intrigued. It did not disappoint. Love the whole execution of this, and the manipulation was great with, like, the fake news. It was very funny to see Marinette transform into a very tall man, and then the stuff with, like, they're from the sun and, like, the ozone layer and stuff. It added a bit of humour into the episode because I think the writers probably would have guessed that the audience would get quite angry with the cafeteria stuff and the class scenes, because I needed a bit of a laugh after getting quite angry. Yeah, I got quite angry, I'll be honest with you. I'm not that angry of a person, I'd say. Like, it's not like an emotion I feel all that often. Like, when I need to, I will be, but, like, it's not like I wouldn't have said, like, I'm a person with anger issues or anything like that. Like, I only get angry when I feel like it's really justified. So, yeah, I was getting pretty angry in this. So I think it needed that bit of humour to pull it back a bit. It was great. I also liked how the power in general was just like an extension of Lila. And I of course loved how basically Lila did it to use Monarch, because he was like, I'm not going to kumatize you because you're mad at me. So we're not doing that. But then when he senses her emotions, he's like, oh, you're not mad at me anymore, you're mad at Marinette. Okay. And then obviously she was using him to get all the secrets. So I liked how she could send like the transmission to everyone but Natalie's ring, but then she sent only that one transmission to Natalie to get all of his secrets. Oh boy. But then also Gaby Baby with a mohawk. We have been absolutely fed these past 2 episodes. First we get to see Gabriel topless, which I'm sure some of you enjoyed. And now we get to see him with a mohawk! Wow! What a great treat for New Year's! But just backtracking just a little bit, I do feel like I was expecting a little bit more from the Alia and Ladybug fight. Because like in my reaction you see me get quite concerned when I'm like, oh god, Alia, she knows where the miracle box is, I know it's empty but she still knows where it is, she knows who Marinette is, this is dangerous, Alia, please take off your alliance ring permanently, it's not safe. But yeah, I don't know, I was expecting a bit more of a showdown between the girls, because like Marinette did get rightly frustrated at Alia in the cafeteria scene because Alia still believes Lila, even though Alia surely knows that all the lies that Lila has made surrounding Ladybug are false, you know what I mean, like are lies. So, you know, like I would have expected a bit more considering the extra context of this episode. So that's another reason why it's a 9 out of 10. I know it's only a minor thing, but I was expecting a bit more. Of course I don't want the girls to fall out, and as soon as she would have taken the alliance ring off, I think everything would have been fine, but I can't lie, I was a little disappointed by that, to be honest. So just back to Natalie a second. So one of the things Natalie took a picture of for Lila is what I'm assuming is the contract between Miss Tsurugi and Gabriel Babes for the alliance rings. I'm not entirely confident on that though because it was tiny. I just kind of saw the signatures and like logos and I was like, that's what it is. So I'm not actually 100% sure it is, so if someone could help me out there, that would be great. And also interestingly, one of the things Natalie took a picture of was the ring, the Amok ring. So I really hope that Felix gets to keep the Peacock Miraculous, or if he gives it back to Ladybug or she takes it from him, she keeps it super safe, because assuming Adrian is Senti, which I really feel like he is, Lila cannot have that. She cannot have that. Please God, no. Please do not. So Lila breaks out of Yakuma thanks to what Marinette says, and Gabriel Babes, oh my goodness gracious. Why did you fall over? The goodness gracious was not aimed at you. But anyway, oh my goodness gracious. So annoyed with Marinette. I am like physically getting worried for her. I am worried he's gonna hurt her. I know it's a kid show, but it is getting darker due to the popularity, which I'm gonna make a video on as well. I'm getting worried for Marinette's safety at this point, to be honest, besties. Like I am intrigued to see what's gonna happen, but I'm just a bit like, calm down, she's 14. You're like, what, 40? Calm down! And I also really liked how Marinette at the end is like, I'm gonna let Lila prove herself. Yeah, she won the class rep, so let's see what she can really do. So I really liked that, seeing what Marinette's gonna do. I'm so intrigued to see what's gonna happen between the two of them. Can't wait. I'm hyped. So I'm hopefully gonna make a theory video on it before any more episodes air, which I don't know what it is. We know more air dates at the minute, but oh boy, it's gonna be spicy. I can't wait. Maybe spicy isn't the right word to use, but I'm also intrigued to see what Lila's gonna do with all this information. She's just gonna straight up expose Gabriel, she's gonna blackmail him, which I think is the more logical path right now. I love to know what you think Lila's gonna do, and I'll like bring all our ideas together for a theory video. Maybe not next week, the week after, I don't know yet. I'm busy. But anyway, besties, that's pretty much all my thoughts on the episode. Like I said, 9 out of 10, basically just due to stupidity, and I understand they need Lila to come across as convincing, but at the same time, she's being able to do this to characters who are super duper clever, like Alia and Max. I'm like, it's just not fitting for me personally. Like, they're super clever, they shouldn't be taken in by lies that are rubbish, especially when they've just been presented the evidence of what not just happened in front of them and they still believe her. I don't... Like, when Marinette pushed Lila down the stairs in Ladybug, only Lila and Marinette were there, so it was their word against each other. Everyone was there and they're still believing Lila this time, so... yeah. And I guess I'm more so annoyed with Alia, because she knows Marinette is Ladybug, she knows the lies that Lila has told about Ladybug aren't true, but she's still choosing to believe Lila. So I don't like, Ali is not stupid, so why are you? So yeah, that's why it's 9 out of 10 basically for that. Otherwise I thought it was a great episode, really enjoyed it, although I probably got a bit too angry at times. And I would say the MVP goes to Lila because she definitely was the most valued player in this episode. She annoys the hell out of me and I hate her a lot, but she was amazing in this episode with what she did with Natalie and Gabriel's plan and with Marinette and turning everyone against her. She was the most valued player in this episode, definitely. So, as always, besties, I'd love to know what you thought of this episode. If you're going to write me a little essay, that's great. I can't wait to read it, but I do have bad eyesight. So if you could just break it up into some paragraphs for me, that would be wonderful. So happy New Year, besties. I don't know when the next episode is airing. Hopefully not soon, because I have a friend coming over to stay in a few days, and then I'm going to Venice. So I don't know how much time I'm gonna have for that. So hopefully they wait a bit longer. But anyway, besties, I'd love to know what you think of this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!